Okay. Namaskar. Good morning. I'm like a night owl. It's about 12 midnight, already past midnight for me. But it's really a relish for me to join, to be amongst friends. I would like to thank the management of Kumaraguru College of Technology, its chairman, past chairman, current chairman, correspondent, joint correspondent. They are all my family friends per se. In fact, Aruchelvar attended my marriage reception. Many of you would know. That much collaboration I have had with Kumaraguru College of Technology. It's my 22nd year of association. Right before I left India to the United States, I visited Kumaraguru College of Technology, which was then headed by Professor Armugam. And then on, my connection started, and as Professor Ramakrishnan, who has become a family friend of mine, we have jointly organized 3 major conferences. And I'm going to tell you a secret. Your current principal is my senior, is my alumni senior from AC Tech Anna University. So my connections with Kumaraguru College are very strong and deep. I was asked to talk about material research, and I am going to delve into that subject. And I would like to also thank Professor Sib Krishna Ghoshal for establishing the base for the importance of research. Research and learning is a lifelong process. So most of us are from Tamil Nadu, so we all have to go and take the wisdom from the grand old man, Thiruvalluvar, who says, Yadanum Uramal Nadamal Yennoruvan Sattunayum Kalladavaru. So you got to keep on learning until you die, until you meet the maker. Yennoruvan Sattunayum Kalladavaru. And that has become really possible with material advances. If I or Professor Gangson, who has, I think, joined from University of California, Davis, if we have to travel to this physical meeting per se, it needs a lot of money and time, but the advances in materials has made this happen, and it has made us join virtually sitting in our living room. I'm just doing this lecture from my dining table. So this has become possible only because of materials research. So materials research has come a full circle, and I'm glad that Professor Saravanan alluded to the fact that quest for materials has been there for ages, since Stone Ages. So I'm going to talk that in 200 years, we have come a full circle with revolution that happened in manufacturing. And now it's not the biotech revolution people are talking about globally. People are talking about a next wave of manufacturing and material revolution. Even United States National Science Foundation, which used to pride itself being a great and staunch supporter of basic science, which still it is, after COVID, the government and the leading scientists in the National Science Foundation have realized the importance that these basic research knowledge which have been generated should not go just simply in filing papers, writing papers and filing them in cabinets. These have to be transitioned into something, a reality. So just this past month, June, the United States Senate passed a new law, which is yet to be signed as a law, a bill stating that United States created what is called as an United States Innovation and Competition Act, and that it charged the National Science Foundation, which is the world's largest funder of basic research, still $8 billion. That was the last year budget, $8 billion US. Charged it by creating a new center focusing on materials, 10 different material fields per se, with about $865 million funding. Some countries have their national budget like that. $865 million US funded just for materials research, creating a new directorate called Directorate for Technology and Innovation. Guess what? The agency which used to take pride by saying that we are only going to fund a blue sky research realizes that along with these basic science one has to also think futuristically. How this knowledge, the corpus of knowledge that has been created with government funding, taxpayer money, could be translated into future products. So they are creating what is called as Directorate for Technology and Innovation, and in that they are categorizing 10 different materials. Guess what? One of the field there is advanced manufacturing and material science. I'm not lying. You can find those information. These are all public documents, right from artificial intelligence, semiconductors, quantum computing, robotics, and the important thing is natural and anthropogenic disaster management products. Imagine National Science Foundation doing this, and then cybersecurity, biotechnology, advanced energy and batteries, and the last but not least is advanced manufacturing and materials. So that's very important. So materials has come out quite a good circle again. 200 years back, later, I think in roughly about 1760 or so in Manchester, the Industrial Revolution started in textile mills. Now guess what? 200 years later, powerful developed countries, whether it's United States or Sweden or Europe or United Kingdom, they are all focusing on materials. Batteries, battery separators, semiconductors, because two things came loud and clear. Those advanced nations lost track and they didn't fund manufacturing materials for decades. What happened? They were relying entirely on China for a very unassuming product, mask. So in March of 2020, United States was in short supply for this mask, N95 masks and K95 masks. So it was helpless. Similarly, they were relying too much on Taiwan on semiconductor chips. Still, that's an issue. So these were all taken for granted. Material science was taken for granted. And quickly the Biden administration acted, and it is pumping up too much money in National Science Foundation. That is a music to the ears of researchers like us. So last year the budget was $8 billion US, and this year proposed budget is $10.2 billion. In 5-year time, the budget is supposed to reach a level of $100 billion US, National Science Foundation budget. With more emphasis, of course, the basis is basic research, nobody is doubting that. But look parallelly on other aspects of research, like USDA does. So, research should be built on strong foundational science, no doubt about it. But then, parallelly, people have to think, focus on applied research that would be of service to humanity. So, National Science Foundation insists that you can be a great Nobel laureate. We welcome that. But as long as you are not emphasizing in your project that it has greater societal impact, broader scientific impact, your proposals doesn't get valued much. So the science has to translate into something useful to the society. It may not happen this year, next year, but there needs to be some plan. So broader impact of science and engineering is emphasized, so applied, and then certain agencies are tasked to do certain things. That is mission linked. So basic science, applied science, and mission linked science. Particularly if you are talking about National Institutes of Health, health is the fundamental mission. Improvement of health of US citizen, global citizens, collaborative research. And then the fourth important aspect of research, because it all depends on economy. If your society is not economically sound, you won't be able to do research, right? So it all depends on GDP of nations. So people are also asked to focus on translational research. A case in point is Israel. Israel is now called a startup nation, a small country with not much natural resources. You see that it is exporting defense technologies to countries like India, which is now self-sufficient. So basic research should go on. That will flourish in academia and government laboratories. Applied research insists greater collaboration with industry. And then mission-linked research dependent on certain agencies which are tasked to look at certain aspects of the society. If it is agriculture, then it should be United States Department of Agriculture. And if it's science, it's for India, it's Council of Scientific and Industrial Research and National Science Foundation, European Science Agencies. So, KCT conference is very timely, very opportune. It has provided a platform to bring people like Professor Sun, Professor Heke, Professor C. Ram Ramakrishna, and Professor Ghoshal from Malaysia to Finland to United States to Europe. And this itself is something which is laudable. So this is nothing new to KCT. As I have alluded to, I have been a constant observer of things happening at KCT. So it's nothing new. And I myself has been witness. And such conferences conducted by Kumaraguru College has translated into products which your principal alluded to. In fact, but for Professor Ramakrishna, I think I have more association with KCT than most of the professors who are now employed in KCT, because Ramakrishnan has been there since 2000. I have been coming there since November of 1999. So I have long association with KCT. And this is nothing new, and I am really glad that they were able to do this and pick this theme of material science with 275 presentations, including keynote, and eminent institutes such as NIT, IITs, CSIR labs, DRDO labs, Tier 1 institution. University of California is one of the, in fact Berkeley, but the system is the number one in the world in terms of public university. Publicly funded government kind of university, University of California is number one in the world. Whether you take the Times of Higher Education Index or Q Index. So it's very pleasing to see that people are all joining together. Of course, the NUS, Nanyang Institute, and Texas Tech University is rated number one for cotton research. So all these people have joined together, and the KCT has to be thanked, particularly the team. I'm really thrilled. Of course, I know Professor Saravanan, so it may be a flowery speech if he is my alumni brother. I have known him since his time with Bannari Amman Institute. In fact, I have conducted a major congress with him as well at BIT. So, and I am impressed with the convener, Professor Sundar Raj, and his team, including all those comrades who are assisting him. And this is nothing new to the land, because Valluvar again says, I am a great lover of Valluvar. He says, Uvappathalai Kudi Ullapiridal Ada Anaithe Pulavar Thodil. Pulavar doesn't mean simply poet. Pulavar is somebody who is interested in knowledge. Pulam என்றால் field. So those people who are interested in knowing, that's what Valluvar says. Uvappathalai Kudi Ullapiridal Anaithe Pulavar Thodil. So that is what it is. I could see the enthusiasm in the way Professor Sundarraj has convened under the leadership of your principal. The way he was enthused working till 3 o'clock in the night, he used to say to me. So that shows the enthusiasm. So science is living. So in other words, I will call these 3 days as Mela. ஒரு விஞ்ஞான திருவிழானே சொல்லலாம், because most of you know Tamil, so it's kind of a Mela, Sambrama. And I am glad that they have brought people from all over the world. 275 papers is not a joke. It's a great task. And you have done that. And why? Because that is what educational institutions should do. Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Visvataha. Let good things come from around the world. That is the Rig Vedas. The same thing Tamil poet says. Yadum Ure Yavarum Keli. So make the whole world a brethren. So we are creating a technological brotherhood here, fellowship here. What for? Visva Aryam. Let us make good things to the world. Krinvanto Visva Aryam. So whether you take the Sanskrit text or Tamil text, it all says bring good things from anywhere in the world, as long as it is going to do good. First and foremost, you have to create Sauhardam, the friendship, the fellowship. Yadum Ure Yavarum Kelir. like the great Purananuru text in Tamil says, that's what this conference does. Not only it disseminates timely information, it provides an opportunity for young minds to interact virtually. Romba important thing you have done is you have saved the money. Apart from registration fee, this would not have happened if COVID has not come. So in a way, COVID, I wish we all get rid of that invisible enemy soon. We will. But this has created a new awareness in using all these chip-based technologies, digital revolution. So that digital revolution is evolving revolution in many aspects. Krinvanto Visvaryam Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam. So this is been possible where we have come. Thomas Friedman used to say the world is flat, but I call the world is circular. We have seen this, whether the spread of virus or whether the spread of information via Zoom. Google became a verb. Now Zoom has become a verb. That has become possible only because of materials research. So start with industrial revolution. Then as Shiv Ghoshal alluded to, the DNA revolution, 1953. Every 20 years a revolution starts. 1953 DNA. 1983 PCR in CETUS technology. Then came 2000 IT revolution. Then came digital communication revolution by 2020. Now from 2020 to 2040, the revolution is going to be advanced manufacturing, agile manufacturing, and material science. This, you are doing a great service, and I wish this conference a great success. And most importantly, I thank the team for doing this in such a way, because you are doing a great service. So teachers are here to spread the knowledge. Acharya Devo Bhava. So you are doing what the age-old text has instructed us to do, to be giver of knowledge. Right? With that, I do want to extend my sincere appreciation to all those participants and to the team. And we wish that the information we share and we spread gets translated down the road, not immediately. We are not asking for any miracle. It will never happen. But quickly down the road, even if 1% of what we deliberate and discuss gets translated for communal societal good, we have achieved a success. I think that will be, and I wish and pray for a speedy solution to this COVID-19, which I'm hoping, because as long as we are science-based, facts-based, and do what is recommended and follow science and good social practice, we will be. And of course, always use a material, and that material is very unassuming. Face mask. Nobody thought that this will save life. It is saving life. With this ever-growing variants, this is still must. So material scientists should take this as a mela, Tiruvizha. We never thought that material scientists will have a day when an unassuming material, cotton-based material, will become the front page news, whether it's in Finland or whether down south in South Africa. People are talking about it. So we are all have to be proud that we are in that field which is saving lives. With that, I conclude, and I wish a safe world and my best wishes. Thank you. Namaskar.